Gordon, obviously spoke about intergovernment relations. You've done a review. You've said that the current Prime Minister is obviously more favourable towards working collegiately with the Scottish Government. But it's not that long ago there was an announcement that 7 towns in Scotland are getting £2 million a year over a 10-year period. There was no consultation in the Scottish Government. My local authority is getting £2 million a year for town centre of Kilmarnock. So obviously I'm not going to argue against money coming to Kilmarnock. But there was no consultation in East Ayrshire Council either in advance of that. So where's the transparency in the actual development of intergovernment relations if Westminster deciding here's some towns that are going to get £2 million a year for 10 years. They're obviously in my constituency. There's actually other ways you maybe argue that the £2 million could be spent in other towns and villages. So why is it Westminster decides that Kilmarnock's getting £2 million a year but can only be spent in Kilmarnock?
Well, I mean, I would make 2 points. I mean, I think one of the things that I'm regretful about devolution is that there hasn't been onward devolution from Edinburgh to local areas in Scotland. And I'm not sure about the details of the particular projects in Kilmarnock, but my understanding is that the way this works is that these are local priorities that come to the UK government and they fund those. And from what I can see, that is hugely popular across Scotland.
There was no bid process, there was no dialogue, it was just £2 million a year to come.
There was a rationale provided. If he doesn't know, that's not going to witnesses.
I was making the point that there was no discussion with the local authority or the Scottish Government.
Order. This has been a really nice-natured session. So please, let's keep things orderly if we can.
And just finally on that, there are sometimes further calls for Westminster to bypass the Scottish Government, send money direct to councils, to local authorities, or to pay for transport projects that are actually, obviously transport has devolved. So again, how does that work with intergovernment relations going forward?
Well, my own sort of preference is that the two governments, should work together. Because if you've got two parallel funding streams that never meet, it may be suboptimal. So in my review, because I think a lot of this is about creating the right incentives for more collaborative behaviour. And my sort of view, which wasn't accepted by the government, was that you should use these funds to encourage that sort of collaboration. So I'm on public record as saying that, the government chose not to go that way. I think one of the reasons the UK government may not have gone down that road is I think, they put in, billions of pounds into city and growth deals and didn't always get the recognition for that money that was put in. So, it is much more explicit now what the UK government is investing.
We're going to have to leave it at that. That's a very interesting point at the end there. It's just to get the recognition. But thank you for that.